Slovenia is a beautiful little country situated between Italy, Austria, Hungary and Croatia. In this video from our recent workshop, we are going to visit a handful of beautiful fairytale locations. I'll talk you through the process of photographing them and reflect on the final photos. Alright, so we are back in Slovenia, fairytale country. After an absolutely bonkers sunset last night, where we just started out at a beautiful church on a hill, as you get in Slovenia, with beautiful light captured on the underneath of the clouds. We also got light on the church just before sunset, and then we of course also photographed the blue hour. A phenomenal start to this workshop, this tour right here. This morning we have come to Lake Bled. We've absolutely nailed the conditions. Look at this beautiful layer of fog on the lake right here, and then we have beautiful red colors in the sky on the high clouds up there. So we started really early so we could capture the blue hour and get some light on the church and the buildings in the island, a little bit on the background town also. And then as the morning has progressed, been moving along the boardwalk here and then over to the area in the forest over here in the background. The fog has just been moving around. We tried different exposures, we tried different compositions, and right now with the last light on the high clouds right here, just capturing super clean, serene composition where I put the island right here straight in the middle of the photo, so I get the reflection, the symmetry of the scene, and have the horizon, obviously also straight in the middle. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Along the road it's possible to find small vantage points where you can include trees to offset the island and church and counterbalance it, so that not all photos end up being a central composition. We did have a very calm morning, but even with a bit of ripples, the longer exposures in the blue hour are great to completely smooth the surface of the water. Traditionally, a dead center composition is considered a bit boring, but specifically for reflections it is widely accepted. Personally, I'd say with this dramatic sky we got just before sunrise, we do not need to overcomplicate the composition, as we have more than enough details and information to look at. We didn't get a clean sunrise with direct light due to the low clouds and fog, but what I have experienced over the years is that moody conditions with the clean reflection also works really well when photographing at Lake Bled, because it in many ways makes the red rooftops of the buildings stand out more. Combine that with the autumn colors and you get a fantastic effect between the trees and buildings. I also flew my drone, which gave some surprisingly incredible photos. With the 6x zoom on the Mavic 4 Pro and a bit of distance, I could create some perspective compression of this utterly beautiful phenomenon of the low fog and island. From that I managed to make this panorama where the fog covers the lake, giving this ethereal effect surrounding the island and church. I also captured this photo, which is a vertical wide-angle panorama straight on the island, and on the last morning of the workshop we returned to the lake, sadly with almost no fog, but from the ground we had even more still water, which delivered this blue hour photo, and due to the incredible camera capabilities of the Mavic 4 Pro, I also got some blue hour photos from the air. A vista photo of the island and lake with the town in the background, and one more straight on just above the water, making for another fascinating reflection. There really is a reason why it's called the magic hour. I cover much more about balance and reflections and whether you should make a central composition or an off-center composition in my ebooks all about composition in landscape photography. And I have recently made a new updated version of both the first and second ebook, where I've added new pages and EXIF data to all the different photos that I use as examples in the ebooks. And with minimal text, both ebooks are super easy to understand. You can get both ebooks standalone or bundled up with my ebook on Light. If you get all three, there is a small discount. There's a link down in the description of the video.
So we are at Lake Bohinj, and I'm trying to get into position because there's a red boat, and I like my boat. As you can see here, this is a beautiful reflection with like these low clouds in the background. We have the mountains, still water in the lake, and that beautiful boat right there. So right now I'm basically just hand holding the shot. I used my 28 to 200 millimeter. Maybe I should have put on the 16 to 35 millimeter because I'm shooting like all wide with this one. And the 16 to 35 is a little bit sharper, but well, this is a good all-round lens. But I'm just hand holding the camera, shooting at f8-ish, ISO 100, and that gives me a shutter speed of around 1/25 of a second. That's more than sufficient as long as I have my image stabilization on for this. So yeah, beautiful little simple photo right here.
I did consider and also tried including some foreground branches on this photo, but as you can see, I decided against it and just went with the lake bed as the foreground. I found there is enough visual interest with the dark clouds, red boat and greenish foreground. I did hope for the boat to turn a bit so it was turned against me, but that never happened.
So we'll come over to the other side of Lake Bohinj where we can get the photo of this super pretty house here in the background, and oh my word, is that nice today. Like a little layer of fog on top of the lake here, and then we have like wispy fog in the forest, a little bit in front of the forest, just pumping in and out. Looks so pretty. So I have the Tamron 28 to 200 millimeter on and shooting at around 100-ish millimeter. But I have also been photographing out here because that looks poof. So we purposely came here today on a still day, no wind, and it's also moody. So as you can see, we get all these low clouds around in the mountains. That just looks so beautiful. So I've been taking a photo from right here on the boardwalk, and then I've also walked out and stood on it. But I also like the photos without me on them. So I'll probably make one of each, and then you can see them afterwards and decide whether it looks better with a moody version of me or not. But this here is just like fairy tale moody conditions. Absolutely beautiful.
I got so many photos of the house opposite the lake. We did struggle a bit with both ducks and boats on the lake that kept disturbing the water and making ripples, but occasionally, and either with or without an ND filter, it was possible to capture some reflections. As the fog moved through the scene in different ways, I tried different compositions, both vertical and horizontal, and with different edits. Some a bit warmer and some a bit colder. I even tried with a very long panorama that, despite the house being little relative to the rest of the scene, the central composition definitely makes it stand out great. As you saw, it wasn't just around the house we had fog, it was rolling slowly through the valley along the mountains, and I managed to grab this calm vista composition of the scene. It's a photo that's hard to put into words. It's super ethereal, and I love the colder toning and of course reflection. Because the fog was moving around, we got plenty of opportunities to zoom into the trees along the mountains and capture some more intimate scenes. I've always loved these types of simpler scenes with fog wrapping around trees. Very clean and very moody. However, of the photos I captured this session, the pier is definitely my favorite. The clean reflection, the pier to create depth and interest in the foreground, the colors, mood and atmosphere. Quite a melancholic photo. I decided against bothering with editing the photos where I placed myself in the scene. I don't really think they worked out that well.
So we've come to Lake Bohinj a few times by now, and each time there's like this lone tree right here, so that you just want to photograph so much. And right now it's possible because we have this background fog, so now it actually stands out from the background. It's like, yes! Fantastic! Epic!
Super.
Yeah, maybe not epic, but certainly atmospheric and serene. As with all other scenes, I also captured several different versions of this because the background fog moved around, forcing us to change the perspective. You can probably also see that I removed the little fence around the tree in post-processing. I just don't like it, and it obviously makes the composition much cleaner not having that fence in there.
So yesterday morning we arrived at Jamnik, but sadly we hardly got any photos because of fog. Just too much fog. We were standing in the rain waiting for a long time, and the church was like teasing us. So we were like, we have to go back to this place. So we've come back here at sunset the day after, and we just have perfect sunset conditions. We have like this one bank right here of fog that is just forming around the church, and we have beautiful sunset light on the background mountains. It looks absolutely beautiful. A real fairy tale location. And then we also have like a few people walking over there for the sake of creating scale. We can use those for scale. And then of course the beautiful autumn colors. Yeah, this place here, that works very well.
Holy moly. Wow. This could very well be my favorite photo I've captured from here. It is at least very close. I love the colors of the background mountains catching the last light of the day, and due to the church being in shadow, I decided to just keep my composition and blend in the light from the church from a blue hour photo. As you've probably seen by now and through my videos from the past years, Slovenia is phenomenal for photographing fog. Fog mostly happens during morning, so generally you want to visit most of the locations during morning. However, since there was a chance of fog at sunset at this location, we decided to give it a go, just to at least be able to capture a photo of the church on this trip, and luckily the elements did come together perfectly. Because as mentioned, the previous morning we had way more fog than what we wanted, and the church only showed itself through the cloud we were standing in a few seconds throughout the morning. I did manage to use those few seconds optimally and capture this blue hour photo, which is a blend of 5 individual photos with different fog along the hill, and one where the church stood out a bit more than in the other photos. Those of us with a drone also gave that a try, even though flying in the rain can be a bit nerve-wracking. It worked out well though, and once out of the local cloud we were standing in, the hill and church revealed themselves beautifully with the fog slowly moving over the ridge. My Black Friday sale has also started, so you can right now get entire $100 off my huge post-processing course. If you want to learn how to edit photos like the ones I've shown in this video, where you blend several exposures, mix sunset and blue hour photos, edit awesome photos, and much more, like how to clean your photos properly, edit and blend with luminosity masks, dodge and burn, correct lens distortions, avoid editing mistakes, add and work with atmosphere, and generally just learn how to respect the light and not over edit, then this course is for you. You can find the discount code and the link in the description of the video.
Super! We are back at Sveti Tomas because we just needed to get a shot where it wasn't all fogged in from the road here. We did go, and those with the drone could get some beautiful photos the other morning, but as you can hear, I'm almost at a loss for words. We are getting the perfect conditions this morning, getting the perfect amount of fog just below the church. It's just wisping in and out of the scene, just covering the house just below the church, and it just looks so good. This here is my personal dream shot from Slovenia, and it's finally finally getting it. Wow, just wow. I've been photographing with 2 cameras, so the A7R3 for a time lapse. I'm probably using some of that material here, and my A7R5 with the 50 to 400 millimeter, and I've just been changing between vertical, horizontal, f8, ISO 100, 1/50th of a second, and then I have it on time-lapse mode, the intervalometer, so it just takes a lot of photos, and then I choose which one I like the best when I come back home in front of the computer. Yes!
Each year coming back gives something slightly different. I absolutely love the placement of the fog we got during this morning, exactly as I wanted and the best I've captured here. But you still can't see the background mountains, and optimally I know the light could be better as we didn't get any direct light. So join us next year for another chance for that. There are only 3 spaces left before the workshop is sold out, so don't hesitate too long if you want to join. And that also goes for all the other workshops that I host next year. Through the morning we did almost get enough of a clearing to see the mountains, but some foreground clouds kept obscuring them, and me being busy flying the drone didn't capture the very top of the peaks when they showed themselves for a few seconds. But the drone photos also turned out pretty good. You can get some different angles to the church, and I tried placing the drone with the fog as a foreground. However, both at sunrise this morning and the previous morning where we were standing in fog, did the drone help out again, and with the sun breaking through the clouds for a few minutes the first morning and lighting up the church and local fog around the church, and on the second morning lighting up some distant clouds on the underside, there was a bit of color to be photographed. Generally for this location, especially from the ground, I also prefer the central composition where the church is placed along the middle vertical line. It just balances the photo perfectly and creates a strong graphical composition. Slovenia really is a fairytale country, and this year it delivered the atmosphere in droves. Subscribe to my newsletter to be notified about upcoming and new workshops. If you want to join our Slovenia trip next year, you can book via me or Sam's homepage. And if you want to learn even more about composition or how to use light and color to benefit your landscape photography, be sure to get my ebooks. And finally, of course, be sure to benefit from the Black Friday sale on my post-processing course. There are links to everything down in the description of the video. See you next time.